It's like what, 6 in the morning? Alright, there we go. What time is it in the Philippines? Jesus, 7 p.m.? Isn't that like an entire 12 hours? Wait. I mean, I guess it is on the other side of the world, but damn. Alright, how many Trailblaze power do I have? A decent bit. I haven't turned on my computer in the last couple days. Makes sense. When does the banner end? 8 days. I really want to know if Sunday is good with casters or not. Like, every single leaker is saying you just run double sustain, but it's like, I don't know, man. It's so conflicting. I also wonder if the stream's in 120. My game should be on 120. Let me restart my thing. There we go. It was bugged a little bit before. That's better. Maybe YouTube's just glitched on mobile now. Oh no, I don't stream with a second monitor. Alrighty. I think I've already farmed enough for Sunday anyways whenever he comes on the rerun banner, so I shouldn't even have to worry about him anymore. Is there any like weekly boss? Let me see. I guess I could just farm the weekly boss. It is... How many do I have? Holy shit. Okay, I have a lot more than I actually originally expected. Is this even useful for anyone? Is there a reason I have like damn near none of these? Oh, it's Fei Xiao's. Never mind, I should probably farm this a few times. Probably be more useful in the future. Run Topaz. Hello? Hello? Can we please load the second side here so I can grab my friend's Topaz? Thank you. Oh my god, that lag. Oh wait, no, I don't want to auto. Isn't this boss a little... I don't know. I feel like the in-world bosses have been getting a lot stronger recently. Like, it used to not really be an issue, but especially the newer ones actually feel a lot more similar to MOC bosses these days. Just base it. Hello, Hydrocorius. Hello, Shane. How's your day going, Shane? Haven't played in a few days, so I have like 1,000 energy stacked up. Actually, I should probably farm relics. I don't know why. I just completely forgot I have to farm relics. Even though I'm not pulling for anyone anytime soon. My relic luck on Sunday hasn't been the greatest. I've been able to get a few decent pieces with crit damage, but my god is it hard to get enough with speed. I've gotten like a average set, I guess. Like I wouldn't even call it average. It's pretty bad. I think I have it on one of my characters has a placeholder on it currently. It's like some fox girl. My day's alright, but exams are a pain. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I wish you luck on those exams. I know it ain't easy. It's incredibly mentally draining. And time consuming. Like, I just like, I don't know. Like, when did the bosses get this much HP in just like the normal game? Like, is this not more than an MOC boss? Like, it doesn't really matter, but like, because they don't do that much damage anyways, but so who are you farming for? Literally no one. In my recent video, I said that I was gonna wait for Sunday's rerun. So like, I've already pre-farmed Sunday damn near completely, like traces and everything. And then after, I decided I wasn't gonna pull for him. Like, I'm waiting all the way until the 3.1 patch, until my day releases. So I'm basically going an entire 3 patches without pulling. So right now I'm just farming like some extra weekly boss mats, in case there's anyone in the future that uses Fei Xiao's boss mats. That's basically it. I already have like everything for Sunday. All I could do is like farm better relics for my current characters. So I'll probably farm relics for Sunday, see if I can get better pieces that have like a lot of speed on them. Something like that. Man, I love this team so much. It's so broken. Um, there we go. Like, that took long. That took me just as long as like one side of MOC, if not longer. I feel like world bosses are for sure getting stronger now. What? Follow-up attack set with crit rate and attack. I mean, I guess. I don't think I'll ever use it, but sure. Garbage. I'm also waiting for them to reset. I don't know if it's in the next batch, but like event lycones are gonna come out and stuff, and like new lycones for future characters in the like the feather shop for the endgame mode. I'm also waiting to use that because I have a shit ton of those. Planning to skip Sunday and pull Tribby since she is a 3.0 support, then build a team off her. Oh yeah, for sure. That's another way you can go down. I was thinking about it too, but it doesn't seem like Tribby fits in the team that I want to pull for. So that's the only reason I'm not going for her. But yeah, they've been saying it. She does like team wide buffs similar to Ruan Mei, but unlike Ruan Mei, she doesn't have break effect, and she automatically has res pen like in her base kit. So she'll probably be better than Ruan Mei for a lot of teams now, except for like break teams. Completely possible. Where's Sunday's relic? It's over here, I think. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. But yeah, Tribby will probably be pretty crazy. The only reason I'm not pulling for any characters for so long is because I'm pretty confident that there might be another Acheron situation where like Casterus may be extremely reliant on either like My Day, or she'll either be like extremely reliant on like her Lycone. So I want to be able to guarantee a Lycone or being able to pull like a new character that might fit with her. I don't have to worry about sustains. That's the only good thing. I did pull Link Shaw, and I do have Wohuo. I know the leakers are saying Luocha's better, but you know, I'm just not spending possibly up to like 180 pulls to get a fucking Luocha. It's just not happening. I'd rather just have Wohuo. I already have 4 sustains on this account. That's more than like 90% of the player base. Do you think Casterus can save Sparkle? No. No, not at all. No. Before, I had an inkling, right? Because when I heard she was Quantum, I'm like, oh, Sparkle could actually make a comeback now. Maybe you run like Fushuan, meta new DPS, that's like hyper carry, and then you put Sparkle in there, right? But because she's an HP scaler, I'm not going to lie, it seems like Sparkle's going to be pretty useless. Like every single leaker is saying that her optimal team is dual DPS with My Day, because My Day is also an HP scaling DPS, and then it's just 2 sustains, because apparently they consume their HP just way too fast, so you need 2 sustains. So because of that, I don't see Sparkle going up anything. Not to mention, this is just my opinion, but even with the buff Sparkle gets with having like 2 or 3 Quantum teammates on her team, it's still not as good as Sunday. So either way, Sunday would still be better. But she would be meta for sure. It's just that, unfortunately, it's an HP scaling character. That's the only reason. I really thought she was going to make a comeback. I really did. I was so close to making a video on it when I heard that Casterus' element was Quantum. But they just didn't want to give it to her, I guess. Yo, what's up, Adidia? Sorry if I butchered the name. I always butcher names these days. Did they fix Aventurine? I heard that there was a bug where some part of Aventurine's kit wasn't working, and they weren't wrong. Because my Robin would actually die after like 4 or 5 rounds of farming this thing. But now I'm not taking any damage. So it seems like they probably already fixed it, which is nice. I should probably put this on auto, actually. No. Oh, wait, this is the attacking set. I mean, still, it's not double crit. No use. Outgoing heal boost with crit damage, no. Speed, no. Yeah, no. Sunday power creep Sparkle, 100%. You want to replace Sparkle with Sunday in, like, I think literally every team. I don't think there's a single team where you don't want to replace Sparkle with Sunday. She's like the only Harmony who's been directly power crept. Like everyone else, you can still have like a best in slot in a few teams. But I think at this point, like even in a mono quantum team, it might just straight up be better to use Sunday instead. True, with some of their fans still getting their hope up. I mean, I can't blame them, right? I mean, I don't know. It's just, it's a bit embarrassing, right? Not for the fans, but the fact that she's the only limited Harmony to be replaced this quick and not have had like a huge, how should I say it? Like she didn't have a huge impact on the meta, right? Like by the time she came out, Acheron came out. So the Dill team wasn't even the strongest for even one patch, which is pretty embarrassing. And then if you had an E2 Acheron, you would just put your Sparkle on your Acheron team instead. It's like she didn't have a great multitude of teams, unfortunately, that could really take advantage of her. I don't know what Hoyo was thinking, to be honest. That's really all. I just don't know what they were thinking. I think they made a mistake, kinda. This could be good. No. But yeah, it's like that for everyone, Buzzduel. I think this far into the game, I'm more confident that investing into one character super hard is losing its value quite a bit. Like back in like the 1.x patches, a lot of people thought that like new meta characters would last super long. I genuinely don't think that's the case anymore. I think I can now like fully confidently say that just pulling for meta won't always be the best thing. Like if anything, I think the best, like for those really patient players who like saving their pulls and like getting the most value out of their pulls, at this point in the game, I think reruns are like the #1 way to get the most value. Because almost every single time a new meta character comes out, it takes a few patches before they get their optimal teammates. Almost every single time. Like rerun banners are becoming a lot more of a big thing these days, I feel like. Like there's a lot of people waiting for Sunday's rerun because they know he'll rerun around Castor's patch to see if he's still good. Like I think this is just the new polling meta. Because if people did that for Sparkle, then they wouldn't have pulled for Sparkle. I mean, maybe in the future if I get like a lot of speed, sure. No. I think Sparkle cannot be saved due to how Sunday literally stole her DPS even Dill. Yeah, exactly. Especially with his light cone, right? Like when you add Sunday with his light cone, it's just not even a debate in the slightest. Like the one advantage Sparkle has is that she can get, I think every 3 turns, she's able to generate 1 skill point, like positively. And I'm pretty sure Sunday does the exact same thing. So it doesn't even matter. So her main selling point just disappears. And then you have a Sunday that gives better buffs. He gives better action advance. Like, he gives 20% energy on his ult. Like, it's just too good, man. It's too good. And this is considering that, like, we're not even considering a good summon DPS, right? Because that's who Sunday is targeted for. We're not even considering that in the slightest. He's in unoptimal teams for him, and he's still better than the dedicated hypercarry support. It just doesn't make sense. Like, there's been a lot of cases where, like, someone would say one character power crept an older one, but the older one is still good in a few more teams. But in this case, it's like she's just completely replaced. Like, there's not a single team where you would run Sparkle over Sunday. It's a bit embarrassing. Ooh. If this gets crit damage, it could be decent. No. Yeah, because Castors has a summon. Obviously, Sunday's going to be better. Plus, Sparkle 50% advancing isn't as potent. Yeah, exactly. Like, a big thing is that a lot of people wouldn't run Branya on their teams because of how skill point negative she is, right? It's like her #1 glaring flaw. And so that's why people assume Sparkle would be like the full-on Branya replacement. But she ended up not being the full Branya replacement because her action advance was worse, right? And her ult is worse, in my opinion, in some aspects. So because of that, it was like, oh, Sparkle's the new meta. No, she's not the new meta. We now get Sunday. Sunday replaces both Branya and Sparkle in every situation. It's a bit crazy to think about. I think this is the first time Hoyo's like outright power crept a character. That's like 5-star. I should clarify that. It is 5-star. Actually, I should say Harmony because Ratio would be replaced by Facial. I should have considered that. Hi, Gabby. Hello, Flogon. Plus Sundays Eidolons are better and becoming even more skill point positive than Sparkle. Oh yeah. Like, have you guys seen Sunday's E1? Like, even without a summon DPS, that shit is insane. 16% defense shred, and then you add a summon DPS and it turns into 40%. That's like, that's an insanely broken E1, man. It has crit damage. Please get speed substat, please, man. No. Some of Sparkle fan even made a fan-made Casterus kit, but I see it's still gonna be better off with Sunday anyways. There's no way someone made a fake Casterus kit to make Sparkle look better. There's no way that's real. I truly do think that none of the hyper carry supports are gonna be meta with Casterus though. Like, from the leaks we've seen, she just consumes way too much HP. Like, every single leaker is saying she just consumes way too much HP way too fast. Unless maybe you like replace My Day with a hyper carry support and then you just run single. But we'll end up having to see how strong that ends up being. Amphorius is just Wizard 101 skins. I haven't played Wizard 101 in a while. I can't even say. I haven't even seen any of like the trailers for Amphorius or anything. I've been like fully off of like any technology for the last 2 days. I've just been like chilling, you know what I'm saying? And I literally got on the second I turned on the stream. I'm not playing Fortnite today, so I have the energy to actually stream for once. Ooh. I can't really use this on anyone currently, I think, but I might roll that just for fun later. See if I can get like 2 rolls or something. Did you finally get Sunday? No, I didn't get Sunday. I'm currently planning on skipping him and then getting him on a rerun if I need to. Because my current like plan is that I think I can clear the endgame just fine for like the next 2 or 3 patches. So I want to invest in the Casterus team, which is HP scaling. And every leaker is saying that they don't use supports, or she doesn't use supports. She runs duo DPS alongside My Day with 2 sustains. So I'm probably skipping him. And if he's good and there's like leaks for a 3.3 or 3.4 character that can take advantage of him, then I'll pull for him, right? Like I think I saw a leak like a week ago or something. Phanon, the blonde hair guy, with blue eyes, who's like the hero or whatever in the trailer. Apparently he's really good with Sunday, and he's supposed to be like a physical destruction or something like that. So if that ends up being true, it's pretty likely I'll get Sunday, as that's probably the next team I'll get. Feels like HSR devs are engineering the strategy out of their game, to be honest. With sustains like Linkcha and Aventurine, the risk of death doesn't exist. Characters ignoring weakness type, etc. I don't know, honestly. I don't know. Because, like, there's for sure some bosses that, like, let's say Hule, right? Like, we can't really say that for Hule. If you try to, like, I think anyone who saw the zero cycles for Hule when he released, almost every single zero cycle had, like, one character on red HP. And some of them, I saw, like, 3 characters on red HP. So, it just depends on the mobs they release, right? Like, if they release another mob that has crazy speed like Hule, it's completely possible that sustains become a bigger pull value. Like, I'm pretty sure in the 3.x patches, we're not supposed to be getting that many sustains anyways. Like, apparently it's like no preservation units, maybe 1 or 2 abundances. So that might mean a uphill battle against, like, new mobs, right? Like, it's completely possible that that 9 million HP boss we're getting in 3.0 in the future will come again without all the mechanics to make him easier. And if that ever happens, then I'm not gonna lie, sustains might become like a bigger thing. And also, bringing back an HP scaling meta will give sustains a lot more value. So, but I agree. I think Hoyo is leaning in a way where, like, even sustains can do damage. Like, they can do more than just heal. Like, you can literally run crit Link Shaw in this game and do some zero cycles. Like, is that not insane? You can zero cycle with a DPS sustain on, like, E1, S1. Like, that should not be possible. Like, that just shouldn't be possible. Like, I'm pretty sure Aventurine can't even do that. Link Shaw is, like, the only sustain you can really run DPS with. Gabby stream? Yep. The first one in a while. Happy for the new planet because of Kevin and Sue from the High 3 universe. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about High 3, but I'm glad to hear you're excited for it. I have seen a few, like, pretty cool, like, characters from High 3, but that's it. I think the reason Seal, Silverwolf, and Blade are not getting their reruns are due to their sales being bad. It's better for HSR to rerun meta characters again and gain profits for it. I completely agree with you, Buzzduel. I completely agree with you. This is why I've always said Dr. Ratio may possibly never rerun. Like, it is completely possible he will never rerun. Like, I believe 1 or 2 patches ago, probably like half my comment section when I was mentioning rerun banners were like, oh, Ratio is just due for a rerun. Not realizing that he is just, like, useless. Why would they rerun Ratio alongside Fei Xiao when Fei Xiao is literally a Ratio replacement? And, like, 95% of the player base already has a Ratio. It's the same with Seal. It's why they won't rerun Seal. The only reason they reran Jing Yuan is because of how stupidly powerful Sunday is. So, unless a future Harmony that is fully dedicated towards an old DPS comes out, they won't rerun an old DPS that is completely out of meta. Like, I just don't see it happening. Why are they early testing Castorus, Maide, Luocha, Huohuo on same team? I don't know. I've heard that all the leaks have been saying Luocha and Link Shaw is the best possible one, but I don't know. I have Luocha, or sorry, not Luocha. I have Link Shaw, but I don't have Luocha, so I just hope Huohuo is good enough. Am I reading the title right? Yeah, it's just on HSR Leaks Allowed, yeah. Dr. Ratio is rerunning in 3.0, no? I don't see it, no. I don't see it happening, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I need you to guys, like, they would make damn near zero money off a ratio banner. Outside of the fact that he's not meta anymore, Fei Xiao should be getting her rerun in like 1 or 2 patches. And 95% of the player base already has him. Like, unlike Blade and Seal and these other guys, like, these guys aren't getting reran, not only because they're outside of the meta, but because a lot of people got them at the beginning of the game. Ratio has like double the usage or the user like account. Like 95% of the player base has him. They're not gonna rerun him. Like, I guess the only thing you could argue for is his Lycone. Like, maybe they'll rerun Ratio, so I guess people could pull on his Lycone for their facials. But I don't see that happening. I'm not gonna lie. Lingshaw carry with Fugue, HMC, and Ruan May will unironically be one of the strongest teams in the game. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, I've seen some cases where Linkshot does more damage than Firefly. Like, I'm talking E2 S1 Firefly, but because Linkshot breaks everyone on field, it ends up doing more damage. Like, in what world does a sustain sometimes do more damage than the main break DPS? You don't see that from anyone else in the game. If you have Fish out, you'd rather wait for her signature anyway? Yeah, exactly. I don't see Ratio rerunning. The only way, right? This is just my opinion. The only way Ratio gets a rerun is if they do a triple rerun banner. That's the only way I see it happening. Like a triple rerun banner where he's actually semi-relevant. But even then, personally, I don't see him getting reran anytime soon. I don't know if, like, you guys know some leaks. Like, maybe there's a leak on the rerun banner. But even then, I wouldn't trust that. Because there were leaks for Ratio rerunning in, like, what's it called? 2.6 or 2.7 back then. Like, literally a week before the banner came out, and then they never reran him. There are some leaks saying Jade, Boot Hill, and Ratio in 3.0. Oh, so they're doing a triple rerun banner? I mean, I could see it if it's a triple rerun banner. It could be possible. Koki said that the monkey planar set doesn't buff summons, but when I saw the description of the set, it clearly said it buffs summons on the field. Is that in the game currently? I haven't farmed planar set in a while. 2.5 was Dr. Ratio rerun and it turned out to be Topaz? Yeah. Like, I don't think... Like, Hoyo would make damn near zero money off a Ratio rerun. I just don't see it happening. Like, if they don't rerun Seal or Blade, then they're definitely not going to rerun Ratio. Nah. Crit rate. Oh, whatever. I think there's like 1 or 2 pieces I can actually do something with. Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? This one. Where? It's this one, right? Yeah. So this one So what I'm looking for is speed or more crit damage. Low key, fuck it. I have enough. How beautiful. How beautiful is that? How beautiful. 3.0 rerun is most likely to be Jade and Boot Hill. Yeah, that's what I've assumed. I've assumed it for a while now. In my last rerun video, like my guesses on future reruns, I forgot to mention Jade because I literally forgot she existed. I don't know why she just left my head. And so I forgot she existed and didn't say her for 3.0. But yeah, Jade and Boot Hill makes the most sense for 3.0 reruns. If there isn't a triple rerun banner. Um, I mean, this is almost irreplaceable. This is like the one really good piece I got. 3 rolls into crit damage and its speed boots. I also got an ER rope, unfortunately. It went into crit rate instead of crit damage. So I'm kind of missing out on crit damage with that. This at least got speed. So that's the only reason I leveled it up. Alright, where's that monkey said he was talking about? Why is my game lagging? Is it because I'm streaming on 120? Robin wouldn't have a second rerun before Ruan May's second. I mean, with the changes they made to Robin's ultimate being able to action advanced summons, even though it's unlikely, I don't think it's impossible. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it is completely possible that Robin gets a second rerun just because of the changes they made to her ults actually working with like summon DPSs. Robin wouldn't have. Oh wait, never mind. I already read that. The Herda is broken. Is she really? I've heard she's like Acheron tier, especially in like pure fiction. She's obviously gonna be the strongest in pure fiction, but I've heard in like MOC she's not exactly all that. Like she's just kind of normal, like top 5 somewhere around there. I don't. I haven't. I've seen her leaks. She doesn't seem that crazy outside of pure fiction. Maybe she's good in Apocalyptic Shadow. I don't even know. I don't have Jade though. I'm not gonna lie. Herda, I like Herda a lot more than Aglaia in terms of animations. After seeing like a lot of gameplay leaks from her, but I don't have Jade, and a lot of people have been saying like Jade is a huge, huge part of her team. Like if you don't have Jade, you're losing out on a shit ton of damage. So hope they rerun Fei Xiao soon. I missed her. Oh yeah, Fei Xiao. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Fei Xiao has exceeded expectations, right? Like back when I made my videos on her kit before she even released, I knew she was gonna be broken. But if you have Ling Sha, like I know that's a big if, right? A lot of people didn't pull for Ling Sha because of the propaganda going around. 10% better than Gallagher, right? But if you have Ling Sha alongside Fei Xiao in pure fiction, that is a strong team. Like it unironically actually works pretty well. It actually works. And then in MOC, she's easily my strongest team. The first side is almost always a 0 or 1 cycle, so I never have to worry about the second side. Like I can take as many cycles as I want. And then Apocalyptic Shadow, I think everyone's aware Fei Xiao's a monster in Apocalyptic Shadow. Like she's so well rounded. She is very well rounded for a hung character. They said that she's really mid without Robin and Jade, like Firefly without Ruan May or HMC. Yeah, that's another issue. Like, right? Like Robin is on my Fei Xiao team. So I'd be spending, I mean, I'm currently on a guarantee, right? And I think I'm around like 40 pity. So I'd have to spend like 30 more pulls if I had to guess, around 80 pity to get her. And I'd be wasting a guarantee for a character I'd only use in pure fiction, right? Like that's something a lot of people don't think about. If you like the character, pull for them, right? Honestly, that's what matters the most. If you really like the character and their gameplay, pull for them. But if you don't like them and they're meta in only one mode, why the fuck would I spend like damn near 12,000 jades worth, right? Just hypothetically, 12,000 jades worth on her just so I can get an extra 80 jades out of the endgame mode. Like that makes 0 sense. Like that just made 0 sense, man. I'd rather keep getting 11 stars in pure fiction instead. Aventurine is bugged. Wait, they still haven't fixed him? Wait, have they still not fixed Aventurine's bug? And like, I think it's like one of his talents or something. Like they don't activate. Like the person with the lowest amount of shield usually gets an increase. The gacha community has a problem with doom posting. I feel like there's just you have to be able to recognize the people who are biased and the people who aren't biased, right? Like, for example, I remember that Ruan Mei was doom posted before she released, like in her leaks, like people were actually doom posting Ruan Mei, and now she's regarded as like one of the number one must pulls, right? The same with Robin. Robin didn't have many teammates around that could take full advantage of her. She ended up being meta a few patches later. Ling Sha. Ling Sha was doom posted. Oh my god, Gallagher's free. Why would I ever get Ling Sha? Ling Sha's only 10% better. She's obviously way more than 10% better than Gallagher. It's only the people who have an attachment to the character who can possibly be replaced, in my opinion. Right? And it almost never works well. Every single time. It just never goes well. It's never accurate. Fei Xiao's the coolest character, both gameplay, plot, and aesthetics wise. Um, I'm not gonna lie, I might be the only person who thinks this, right? And I don't like Fei Xiao's ult all that much, right? Like I truly think still probably the number one best ult in the game is Acheron's. I thought they would do something similar with Fei Xiao, but Fei Xiao's is just a little too bland for me. Like she just becomes a superhero, and then you're just in like this endless vortex, and she just spams an attack 6 times. Like the animation that comes after is cool, but I just wish it was one entire animation instead of just attacking someone in a wind vortex 6 times. Aventurine got shadow nerfed and Hoyo won't fix him. Oh, so it's still not fixed. Yeah, I noticed it, right? Like I've actually noticed this um like about a week ago when I was like farming in this relic domain, my characters were actually taking damage. I was like, "What the fuck?" Like I have an aventurine and my characters are actually taking damage. Like that should never happen. It was the first time it ever happened to me. And then like the next day I saw a video saying that one of the talents or like skills is glitched. Will you still pull Sunday on a rerun? If he ends up being meta by the time he reruns, or there's like a character that I want that'll come out soon that needs him, then I'll go for him. But the only reason I've decided to skip Sunday this patch is because there's not really anyone who can take full advantage of him, right? Like Sunday with Aglaia isn't strong enough to make me want to pull Sunday. Like just straight up, she just isn't. She's Acheron tier. To many that may mean something. To me, it means nothing. We have like 3 or 4 Acheron tier DPSs in the game right now, so it doesn't mean anything to me. And that 3.0 MOC is tailor made for her because of the turbulence. Like it gives you like 20% energy every cycle, and that woman's ult is like 350 energy or some bullshit. I love Aglaia's ult. It's my favorite right now. Yeah, that one looks sick. I'm not gonna lie. Aglaya is probably like second place for me, like right next to Acheron. I like Moses' follow-up attack animation more than Fei Xiao. I agree. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Mose should have been a 5 star. Like if they just upped the design just a tiny little bit, and they made his animations better and obviously his kit better. Like I think Mose was a lot more deserving of being a 5 star than a 4 star. Like for Gallagher, it's different reasons. Gallagher is just so strong that I'm gonna be honest, he deserved to be a 5 star. But in Mose, it's like not necessarily his kit, but his design itself is like damn near 5 star worthy. Like in my opinion, Mose looks better than Fei Xiao. So that's a big deal for a 4 star. How about the Herta's animations? Hers look really sick. I'm not gonna lie. I completely forgot. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I might have Herta over Acheron. Like, sure, it is a bit like crazy, right? Like you can't even tell what's happening half the time in her ult with all the like the impact frames and like the explosions. But it's so colorful and smooth. I honestly might have to give it a Herta. You're not wrong. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, animation wise, Acheron's ult looks better, but I personally have a bias for wind characters and she uses an axe. Oh yeah, I completely feel you. Though I will say, right, the one thing I don't like about Fei Xiao, she does not use that gun enough. Like that gun she uses in her basic attack, I thought that was gonna be like playing a huge part in her skill or her ult, but instead she just uses the sword and the axe like 99% of the time. Like that was one of the big reasons I wanted to pull for her. Herta's very beautiful. Yeah, I love how she appears in all the picture frames. Yeah. Um. Oh yeah, I haven't done this event at all. I still have 27 days though. Here we go. Let's do this real quick. Let me drink a little Diet Coke. It's better. All of these are useless. Nice. Just what I needed. I only got one follow-up one. I mean, I guess. How about Castorus? People are saying she looks like Shui Yi. Hope. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I saw the, like apparently at the Game Awards, they showed like a leak or not a leak, but Hoyo showed like a small teaser of Castorus, and she looks like she has the Jui Yi model, which is completely different from her art. Like if you look at her art and like how it looks in the teaser, it looks like two different characters. Like if they didn't have the same color palette, you wouldn't even be able to tell it was the same character. So I do hope they fix up her model a little bit. Huh? I mean, I guess. Please. Oh, so the best prize, right? Please give me follow up. Please give me follow up. Oh my god. Gamba, gamba, gamba. Bro, are you serious? Come on, let me hit big. Elation. Oh my. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Are you serious? I only had like a 15% chance. Is that real? I don't even have an abundance character. Oh my god, let me get Link Shot real quick. How does that even happen? How am I that unlucky? Saw people hating Aglaia because her electricity is not pink but yellow. That's dumb. I mean, does it really matter? Like Aglaia's damn near like completely like blonde and yellow. Like I thought it like, what's wrong with it? There's no way there's actually people complaining about that. It doesn't even make any sense. And the bunny can never take a turn. Well, whatever. Have you been keeping up with ZZZ? Not at all. I quit that game long ago. I'm actually excited for the relaunch, and they're giving a... Wait, what? They're doing a relaunch of Zenless Zone Zero? Is that real? I've never even heard of that. Honestly, yeah, Acheron fell off, and to bring her to her full potential, you need to get her E2 and Light Cone, which makes her a lot more expensive compared to Firefly or Fei Xiao. Oh, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say Acheron necessarily fell off. She's just not convenient. Like, I think that's the best way to say it, right? Like, a lot of the new DPSs are significantly more convenient to play, but Acheron without her Light Cone is significantly just worse. And then you add on to that, no Light Cone and no Zhao Q, it's fucking hell, right? Unless you have the highest of highest relic quality, it'll be absolute hell. Like, I've seen some people do like really fast clears with no Zhao Q and no Light Cone, but instead they have like some of the craziest relic quality you've ever seen. Like, it's practically private server level. Let me put Aventurine back on the team. Her face lacks details and looks bland. Yeah, her 2D art made her look like the most detailed character out of all the upcoming characters, and instead she looks like the most bland so far, which is just like like the 2D art can really like make someone look way better than they actually are in game. Still giggling that not any Hoyo game won at the Game Awards? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of expected, right? Like, unless it's some category where it's like mobile game of the year, like, you'll almost never see them winning something. Or like, it's specifically mobile games. Because once you put in like PC games and all that as well, they almost never win. Wait, did my... Bro, I'm back down to 1% HP again. Acheron is also the most team-specific DPS compared to the rest of them. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Like, if you really think about it, like, Firefly, out of all the top-tier DPSs, is, like, the most beginner-friendly. Like, you don't need a single, like, top-tier character to make her work. Like, even if you don't have Ruan Mei, you can probably, like, 2 to 3 cycle most of the endgame content without a Ruan Mei. If you just run Pela, Harmony MC, and, like, someone else. Like, all you need is break effect. It is so easy to just get break effect. Okay. After launching attacks. Oh, I don't want to get rid of this. What the fuck? I don't want to get rid of that either. I'll just do this. Wait. Oh, that's upgrading. I thought I thought that was for replacing. My bad. Yeah, this is the one. Overwrite blessing. Quake damage. Should be fine. Wait, why do I have 0 skill? Wait, does it remove my skill shit too? Oh my. My game has a delay for some reason. I don't understand why. In 1.4, they'll finally remove the TVs and release my Yabi. Thank God. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever go back to the game, but man, the TVs were just easily the worst thing possible. There was nothing that was worse. It made everything just so much more boring. And then you had like 10% of the people who play the game actually saying like, wow, this is so much fun. The TVs are like innovation. Like, oh my God, man. It was so bad. And apparently it was even worse in the beta. In the beta, there was double the amount of TVs. Like, I remember making a video on it, and I think I was in the TVs for like 10 minutes, and there was like 3 minutes of combat. Like, no game should be like that, bro. An E0 S1 Akron with Zhao Q is still good. People are doom posting a bit. Yeah, but like, okay, I think I've made a video on this before. If you're mentioning like optimal teammate that only works for her plus optimal Lycone, like that's kind of the point we're making, right? Like 90% of free to plays and low spenders aren't gonna pull a Lycone for a new DPS unless they've already saved like a patch prior. Like that's the thing here. Like you get Fei Xiao without her Lycone. What's it called? Firefly without her Lycone. Boot Hill without his Lycone. Like they'll all outperform an Acheron without her Lycone. Like that's kind of the point people are making. Like Acheron is a high investment, high payout type of character. Like the more money you put into her team and her Lycone, the more you get back. But like a lot of other characters perform better at less investment. Like why is my voice cracking? Does that make any sense? I'd rather this one. How long have I been streaming? I know I haven't talked in a while, but it shouldn't be cracking already. Ooh. Yeah, this one for sure. I don't think I've ever even used this one before. Oh, juicy rewards. What will it give me? Garbage. This one, I guess. And No. Why would I ever choose? Why would I ever choose this? No. This would only be useful if I got the robe. Acheron is also apparently getting a support in the form of an Ice Nihility character. Lowers res pen, so it's interesting considering Dot is on life support. I'm not gonna lie, like, Dot is just... What they need is a DPS, not a support. Like, that's what Dot actually needs. They don't need a support, they need a DPS. Like, a new, strong DPS badly. That's the only way Dot comes back. Because Kafka and Black Swan just aren't cutting it anymore. Even if we had like a similar situation to Jing Yuan, where we get like the Sunday of Dot characters, even then they probably still wouldn't be meta. Like only in pure fiction, probably. But in every single other mode, it's just wouldn't be enough. Like I have the Dot Premium team on my account. And I know how bad it is. Like it's just not good. Let me open my window a little bit more. I like the wind. I love the wind in winter so much. It feels so much better. And there we go. 99% HP lost. Is this bugged? It keeps saying that the curio is getting erased, but it never ends up getting erased. Is it like bugged or something? Hoyo realized ZZZ was not making them as much money and put the devs to work. I mean, yeah. Another thing is, right, like a lot of people, like Hoyo is, in my opinion, trying to make too many games, right? Like right now, it isn't as big of an issue, but when they start making like 5 or 6 different games at the same time, their revenue profits won't go up that crazily because people will just go from one game to another, right? Like a Genshin player may go to Honkai Star Rail, a Honkai Star Rail player may go to ZZZ. Like you're not necessarily gaining a new customer. You're just switching a customer to a new game. So the more games they make, the less overall profit they'll make probably. Please give me the special prize, please. No, man. No. I wanted the special prize, please. What do you mean I can't pull anymore? It's just not fair. Whatever. Oh, it's this trash can? What if they massively buff Herda and Aglaya tomorrow? Why, is there new versions coming out? I mean, maybe. The thing is, right, even if they buff them, I do think Casterus is just going to have an Acheron effect. Like, Casterus comes out in 3.2. I believe Acheron came out in 2.2. All the leakers are saying that Casterus is going to be the strongest upcoming character. People are saying the exact same for Acheron. It is completely possible there is an Acheron effect coming with Casterus. And so I'm just waiting for Casterus. I don't care about anyone else. Doesn't this guy have a little too much HP? Or a break bar, sorry. Like, isn't that just a little too much? I think the curio is getting erased and you're getting another same new one. Oh. It's just I kept getting it over and over again. That was like the third or fourth time in a row. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, never mind. He does like no damage. Thought this was gonna be like the other trash cans where they start doing 5,000 damage a kick. There we go. In the Chinese market, even Wuwa is doing better than ZZZ. Oh damn. I mean, in fairness to Wuwa, Wuwa is probably like in terms of a mainstream gacha game that's like kind of similar to Hoyo's games. Like they're a lot more generous. Like you get free 5 stars, you get pull currency for the weapon banner. The weapon banner is guaranteed. Like if Honkai Star Rail had a guaranteed weapon banner, on my life I'd be using it. Like you guys don't understand. I've lost the only 2 75/25s like I've used in this game. I've lost the 2 75/25s that when I've actually like done a Lycone banner. It's so bad. Like it feels so much worse losing a 75/25 than it does losing a 50/50. Because not only do you not get a character, but it's a 75/25. You should have won that shit. Oh, I actually like this one. I don't have anything that skills off other things right now. Brother, are you serious? Like, fuck it. Risk management is important, man. I just want to speedrun this as quick as possible. Wait, is that not Aura? Let's look at Aura. Oh, this is one of my favorite ones, man. I love that curio. Ice or imaginary? I guess it works for March 7th. Think they're trying to please a new type of audience? Yeah, for now it's fine. But I do think in the future, like, their profits are just going to go down. Like, maintaining the game and making animations genuinely might cost them more at some point. Once they go down the road of, like, 5 or more games. Oh, wow. Yes! Thank you very much. I appreciate it. This one. I mean, I guess. Wait, I just went in the wrong domain. Oh my god, whatever. I have to break barrels? Isn't this incredibly easy with Fei Xiao's thing? Yup, I'm cheating. Huh? Oh. I'm a little blind. Oh, wait. Wait, this is perfect. What the heck? What's going on? Yeah, this thing's bugged. It keeps saying it's been destroyed, but keeps coming back anyways. Yep. In this specific challenge, you want to go to the Venture domain, and the Barrel challenge is the 3-star curios. Revive the tickets by... Oh! So that's how it works. I didn't even read that comment before I went in this by accident. I appreciate it, though. This one. Can I get a follow-up thing, please? Oh my god. Hey, I'll take it. Thank you and thank you. Overwrite. No. Well, actually, I'm not going to be taking any damage, sure. And I get garbage. Nice. Just what I was looking for. Follow-up attack. Do drop. Do drop. Brother, are you serious? Why is everything just garbage? My game is lagging so bad. It's never lagged this bad before. I think it's because I'm streaming in 120. It's taking a hit on my ping. Yeah, my ping should never be at 456. I never lost a 50-50, but somehow I lost a 75-25 thrice. Brother, I might be the most unlucky person on the planet when it comes to this game. Like, it's so bad. I've lost, what, in the last 8 or 9 50-50s, I've won one 50-50. It was on Firefly's banner on my other account. On this account, 0 50-50s, 0 75-25s. I mean, I'm just the luckiest man ever, honestly. This one. Yes, give me those, give me those. I don't really care about that. Gains grids. This one. Huh? I mean, why would I ever go for that? Why would I ever go for that? Oh, Gamba. We're back at the Gamba, guys. We all know I have the best luck with this. Come on. Come on. Give me the follow-up one. Oh. Oh, my. Alright. So good, so good. Come on, come on. Follow up, follow up. Yeah, yeah. Yup. Yup. Oh, it finally paid off. I take back everything I said about my 75-25s. I'm the luckiest man on earth. My friend only got one Aventurine and 170 pulls. Yeah, unfortunately, I can relate with him. Almost, I think like the last 3 or 4 or 5 stars that I've pulled for, I've gone to damn near 80 pity. Like not once has it been like under 80. I haven't been the luckiest lately. Since I'm a low spender, that's like the only reason why I'm skipping Sunday and then like seeing to wait if I pull for him on his rerun. It's because like I feel like Hoyo's going down a route where E1s and S1s are becoming a lot more important to a character. So when a top tier DPS comes out, like let's say Casterus, I'm able to get their light cone and make them significantly more future proof. If Hoyo actually locked in on making Genshin their only and better game since the start, people outside of gachas wouldn't hate on gacha games? I mean, yeah. I mean, they are different dev teams, right? Like, I understand that. There are different dev teams for, like, every single one of the Hoyo games. But literally all Genshin has to do is copy their own Hoyo game, right? Like the other dev team. Copy a lot of the quality of life that is currently in Honkai Star Rail and put it on Genshin, and so many people would like Genshin a lot more again. Like Genshin The one thing I will say that's nice about Genshin is even though the amount of pulls you get are lower, like characters don't get power crept as quickly, right? Like they're still pretty useful, and you don't get two characters like new every single patch like you do in Honkai Star Rail. That's like the only thing I'd say is probably better in Genshin. Come on, follow up? Really? Not a single follow up one? I mean, I guess. Yeah. Whatever this dewdrop thing is. Yep, give me that. Yep. AoE attack ability. Yep. Crit damage. Like to see that. You're getting upgraded. Oh, I mean, I probably have a great one. Yep. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there's not even any point in doing this. Alright, time to really struggle against this high tier boss in Divergent Universe, guys. Please wish me luck, it's gonna be a close one. I hope Castorus will not need my day. I got Sunday for her, but she doesn't need speed. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wait, you're right. I remember the leaked relic set actually gets rid of speed, and I think it gives like more damage. I mean, maybe that makes Sunday better. Who knows? Like, since her speed is so bad, you know, maybe Sunday's 100% action advance is good. I honestly just don't know. All we can do is speculate right now until 3.1, because characters always get their gameplay leaks one patch earlier. That's exactly the reason why I'm not pulling Sunday yet. I just have no use for the man currently. He'd literally just be like sitting on my account forever. Like not a single team would use him. I don't have E2 Acheron, so I have an E1 Acheron instead of an E2 one. Oh, finally this went up. And I thought I was getting Jades. Nice. I don't care about that. So I'll show you guys my pity right now. I'm pretty sure I'm at like 40 or something like that. Let's see. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Yeah, I'm at 40 pity exactly. And I'm also on a guarantee, so it's like, I don't know if I want to waste that on Sunday, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe my day is just way more important in a caster's team. Instead of adding a skip button in Genshin and Honkai Star Rail, they sold it as a feature in Zenless Zone Zero. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'd probably pay 30 bucks, maybe 40, just for a skip feature, right? Like obviously it shouldn't cost that much, but I'm just saying like how much value it has to me. Because especially in like the recent like last patch's quest for Penacony with like Rappa and like the monkey banana TVs and stuff, my god, that was one of the longest and most drawn out events I've ever played in my life. I would easily drop 30 or 40 bucks just so I could get a skip button in this game. Like, please, I don't care if they monetize it, just make it a thing. I need it so badly. Are you going to pull for Fugue? Hell no. Hell to the no. Fugue is in a similar situation as Zhao Q, and because of that reason, I'm not going to pull for her the same reason I didn't pull for Zhao Q. I don't have a break team on my account, so I'm just not going to pull for Fugue. I think Hoyo thinks their plot is too good to be skipped. Their plot is dog shit. Like, if they were to keep it quick and concise, it would be significantly higher quality. But they on purpose make it drawn out so that the patch content feels like a lot more than what it actually is. But like it's just it makes it so much worse, man. How about Break Himiko? Why would I ever run Break Himiko? Like I could probably run my Acheron without her light cone and it would be more effective. Unless it was like fully fire enemies and I ran my Link Shot alongside the Break Himiko. But even then, it's like, I'm good. It's just not necessary. I'm not going to spend like 2 to 3 weeks farming for a character just to make them semi-useful for literally no reason. I know a lot of people find fun in that, like, oh, a new character, but like, it's Himiko, bro. My original account already had Himiko, so it's not exactly anything new for me. On Acheron and Aventurine reruns, 257 pulls, I got an E0 S1 Acheron to E2. Got my first Aventurine E0 and his signature and won every 50-50. Congratulations, man. I wish I could relate. I genuinely do. I fully wish I could relate to you. They really need us to up their storytelling because the lore is rich and it just feels sad. Yeah, exactly. Like I think the potential, right? Like the potential is for sure there. Like the way they do these planets and they give these characters their stories and they give some of them animations, like it's really good. It's just way like they make it too drawn out, right? Like let's say Aventurine, right? Aventurine story quest, a lot of people liked it, but that entire like story quest I think was like damn near an hour or 2 hours, right? Maybe even longer. That story quest could have easily just been like 20 to 30 minutes. But they just add so much filler dialogue, it just makes everything way longer than it needs to be. I think that's like the main problem people have with these gacha games. It's just way too drawn out. And it would be of so much higher quality if they just kept it quick and concise. A lot of yapping, yeah, for sure. Like it's just too much. Like it gets to a point where even like a casual player will be like, "Hey, can I just get to the fighting or the event already?" Like I'm doing like 15, 20 minutes of dialogue and then I'm doing the event or the fight for like 2 minutes and then it's straight back to like 20 minutes of dialogue. Like nobody wants to go through that. They just want to test their characters. I wasted more than 1,000 pulls for my E6 S5 Sunday because I lost every single 50-50 on the hardest pity. Isn't 1,000 pulls pretty low for an E6 S5? Or am I crazy? I feel like most people spend damn near like 2,000. Oh, no, never mind. No, that is. For an E6, it would be low. I'm not sure. I don't watch E6 S5 content, so I don't even know like what the average is for getting an E6 S5. I think the only time I've ever watched E6 S5 content was when I had people in my comments trying to tell me that when I was talking about how good an E0 S1 character is, they'd bring up how strong an E6 S5 Acheron was. Or like an E6 S5 Dill. And that's literally the only time I ever watched E6 S5 content in my life. Like at that point, you're just playing Divergent Universe in the normal game. My Day looks so badass. I completely agree. My Day and Phanon were the two ones I was looking at out for the most. Because unlike the majority of people who play this game, I don't care about a girl unless she looks really cool. Now Casterus is third behind those two only, and I mean only, because of the fact of her summon. Her summon is like a half dead black dragon, and it's like fucking massive. So it's like one of the coolest. Like I mean, it's gonna be the coolest summon in the game, right? So that's why I had Casterus at third. But my top two are easily My Day and Phanon. No, I was usually fine with 1,000 tickets, but this time it's just meh. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. In general, the ticket prices in this game make no sense. Like I don't want to I don't want to really go on a rant about this game, but like, isn't it like $100 for literally 50 pulls? Like it can take someone up to 180 pulls to get one 5 star. Like that's just like imagine there is someone out there that has probably spent like $300 just to get one copy of a character they want. Like that's disgusting. Like I can't imagine that. Oh, I see, I see. Thanks for letting me know, Blatty. I mean, the other thing is, Blatty, though, it's more like 7, no? Like, you need the character at the base, and then you need their E6. So it's 7 times. But yeah, you're right. Yo, Gabby, what's up, Mash? Yeah, the selling point of gacha games are characters, and man, it scares me to see these types of people get so parasocial. Uh, I mean, I feel like it's just a lot more common, right? Like, I don't know. Like I've always thought as a kid, like in my opinion, like idolizing or becoming like super parasocial is like a real problem. I've never looked up to celebrities in the slightest. Like there's not a single musician or celebrity or anything like that. But I do think there's a lot of people who are getting better at controlling it. It's just that the internet is getting so much more popular. Like that's something I've realized that I have to really think about is like I'm 20, right? Like when I was 13, don't get me wrong, games and the internet was still popular, but only at a fraction of what it is today. Like the internet just gets so much bigger the more and more time passes, and it becomes a lot more normal to become parasocial with like online stuff. I'm glad we're getting more male characters. I want to have a sausage fest. Okay, Exodius. But I am glad as well. I am glad as well. Male characters are easily my favorite in this game. Fei Xiao and like Acheron have such cool designs that like they're the exception, right? But in most cases, I do prefer the male designs. Like Blade is probably the biggest disappointment in this game. He is the aura man of Honkai Star Rail. I will dispatch of you in 8 cycles. He is just he is all aura, no damage. It's so unfortunate. That one Chinese guy pulling 1,000 Lycones of a character, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's just mental illness. Like I've seen a lot of people defending him on like online community boards, being like, "Oh, it supports the game and it supports the character," as if Hoyo isn't already making billions. Like that is just a genuine mental illness. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm gonna say it for what it is. I mean, it's his money. He's clearly filthy rich, so I'm sure he himself doesn't care. But it's one of those things where it's like, okay, this is getting a bit excessive. Like getting 1,000 Lycones is not cheap. Like it's just not cheap. You have to remember 50 pulls is like $100, and that's not even one Lycone. So he's probably spent like over 10k, 10 grand for 1,000 Lycones. Like that's just disgusting. Yeah, same. Someone random guy, same. The 8 cycle demon, yep. 300k may be unreachable for me. I mean, guys, let's all hope that Tribby boost Blade like an absolute madman. Like, that's really the only way he even gets a buff. I don't see Blade ever getting reran, by the way. I don't think Blade will ever get a rerun, but we'll see. I think Tribby is like the last thing, or like maybe a dedicated HP support down the line. It's so hard to make Blade good again. Yeah, Wuwa already leaked 7 female characters and only 1 male character for the new region. I'm about to leave the game because of the gender ratio. I already have ZZZ for that. Yeah. Like, it's not even like, I understand, right? Like, for sure, the majority of people in this game definitely rather would pull for a woman. Like, I'm not going to try and pretend like that isn't a real thing, right? But I feel like there's already a gotcha. Isn't there a gotcha game that's like targeted towards women, and like it has male characters? Love and Deep Space, that one. Like, it's almost completely male characters. Yet it still ranks at like top. Like, that just shows that it doesn't really make that much of a difference. So long as the character is cool and you're able to grab like people's attention enough with it, like, I really don't think a gender disparity matters all that much. So I don't understand why they go so hard for the woman. Like, they also almost always make the designs for the woman more extravagant as well. Like, just look at Acheron, bro. Like, look at Acheron and then look at Aventurine. Like, Aventurine looks good, don't get me wrong. But you can just tell that the level of detail is nowhere near the same. Like, Acheron is like twice as detailed as Aventurine. The same can be said for Ling Sha. You go to Ling Sha, and then let's see. You go to Welt. Like, brother. It's just so much worse. To be fair, Love and Deep Space is only popular in China where the majority of its players are at. I mean, I guess that's true. That's true. I just wish it would be equal at the end of the day, right? Like half men, half women, but I don't think that's the case. I could be wrong. I haven't even like looked up the statistics for it, but I am pretty confident it's like mostly women in this game over men. I don't mind it all that much though. Like, I think in Honkai Star Rail it's less of a big deal because recently a lot of the female characters are cool enough where I don't really care, right? Like, it's not something I like stay up about, right? Like, oh my god, there's no man again. I'm not gonna pull for them. Like, no. It's just something that I wish there was more of. Like, Fei Xiao is completely badass. Acheron is completely badass. Herda has some of the best animations in the game. Like, it's not as bad here. It's not as bad. Gotcha players do be liking some melons. And not gonna lie, I'm one of them, but damn, I just want balanced ratio of male to female characters, dog. Yeah, I completely agree, Exodius. I completely agree with that. I like pulling for women, but also like playing badass men I can relate to. And HSR has done a great job with that, yeah. Like, HSR has been doing a good job with men designs, even if they are worse than the girl ones. Like, it's still a lot better than other games. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I took a bit of an issue with Wuwa because of this. Like, if you, at least when I played Wuwa, right? I haven't logged into Wuwa since like 1.3, so I'm not completely sure now. But like, almost all of the male designs were just power crept, like completely power crept by every single female design. It wasn't even like a competition. Like, you put Jian or Zhang Liao like next to fucking Shorekeeper. Oh my god, it's not even close. I can't speak for Genshin though. I barely remember anything about Genshin anymore. I haven't touched that game in a while. Fei Xiao's like Mary Leona from Black Clover. Personality wise, yeah, for sure. I actually agree with that. There is some similarities. Truly the gathering waves. Uh, Camelia's not beating the Gooner bait allegations. I mean, I feel like a lot of characters in this game are Gooner bait. Like, do you guys remember Acheron's trailers? Where like a bunch of like what was it? Like the Acheron and Black Swan trailer, and like Black Swan was being fully like mentally tortured by Acheron, and then people still pulled for Acheron because they thought that was like a sign that Acheron and Black Swan were gonna be a ship. Like, I'm not gonna lie, almost any character in these games are Gooner bait because the people have some insane imaginations for this game. Like, they can see someone abuse another or like someone fully be enemies and they'll still ship them. Also, didn't Acheron get like a shit ton of trailers too? Like, she didn't only get one. I think she got like 3. She got so many trailers. She was hyped up like crazy. Oh yeah, remember that Yuri animation? Yeah. It's like Acheron and Black Swan are dancing together, and then it's like constantly flickering to like Black Swan running for her life and like a mental escape from Acheron, and all you can hear is like her bloody screams. And then you go in the comments like, OMG, it's a ship. Like, I have nothing against that, right? But it's just fucking hilarious. It's hilarious what people can like say after seeing something like that crazy. They always give more to the woman animations. Oh, 100%. Like, why is my voice cracking, man? Like, I think Yun Lee's trailer was really good, too. Like, everyone's forgotten Yun Lee because she's not really meta. But Yun Lee's trailer was, like, really, really good. I think it's a pretty underrated one. Like, it had a Saber reference as well. Yun Lee probably is, like, in my top 3 favorite trailers for a character. It's just so goofy and fun. They don't need to be enemies, just eye contact is enough for them. I like Lua because they make canon confirmed ships that are straight, like the MC and Shorekeeper. I think most gacha games don't want to make ships because, like, I mean, if you really think about it, there's like a huge community of people who do ships, right? Like, I don't have anything against it. And it becomes bigger, I feel like, every single year. So I think a lot of gacha games are kind of afraid to make canon ships because, like, on one side, maybe people who wanted a character like a male and female, like it ends up being female female. Then the female people are happy. The male guys are complaining on Twitter. Oh my god, like, what was with all this subtle hints, all these subtle hints that they'd end up with this guy instead. So it's pretty risky for a gacha game to be like fully open with that shit. I don't blame them at all. Zhao Q's trailer, I didn't even watch that shit. I'm not gonna lie. I had like a personal vendetta with Zhao Q whenever he was releasing because of how many nerfs he received in his kit. Like, it was so bad. Like, a lot of people like to say that Zhao Q got doom posted unfairly, but I think personally he got doom posted fairly. Like, if you really think about it, he could have been like a more universal support, right? Like, I'm talking E0 S1, he'd still be like top tier in dot teams and in other teams. But if you pull a Zhao Q, you're almost always strictly using him in an Acheron team. Like, the constant nerfs from every single version he got just made him strictly just only for Acheron, basically. It made me so pissed back then. Yeah, exactly, Jerry. Like, there's a lot of people who also, like, they actually grow like an attachment to that stuff as well, right? Like, personally, I've never experienced it, but I'm not gonna knock someone else because I know people are different, right? Like, people react to different things differently. So I know for a fact that a lot of people take like how should I say this? They like grow an attachment, right? Like a real attachment towards like a ship they believe in or something. HSR doesn't want to make men meta for sure. Zhao Q is proof of that. Um, I mean, we might have hope with like my day or what's it called, Phanon. I mean, Boot Hill is really like he's doing good, right? I feel like Boot Hill is a really good pull for anyone who pulled him. He's good in Apocalyptic Shadow because that's break related, and he's Hunt, so he's like the best possible one. Um, he's also really good in MOC. Like he just gets so much stronger with more relic investment and better teammates. Boot Hill is one of the few characters that I think they accidentally made like really strong. I don't think they did it on purpose. Don't get me wrong. I'm pretty confident that in the end they really wanted Firefly to be the overall better like DPS, but I don't think they imagined that like pro players. It's kind of weird calling a Honkai Star Rail like zero cycler a pro player, but you guys should get what I mean, right? Like Boot Hill paired with Branya is just incredibly strong. Yeah, and Avon. Yeah, exactly. Aventurine as well. Aventurine is probably still like the overall best sustain in the game, but I would say Link Shaw is better in her niche. I think that's something a lot of people don't give Link Shaw credit for. In her specific niche, she is way better than Aventurine is because of the damage she can do on a break team. Boot Hill rerun run, hopefully next patch. That's what I predicted, I think. Um, if they don't rerun him in 3.0, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It would make sense. Yeah, I pulled Boot Hill and he still gives me 3 stars and I have him at high investment. He's my favorite character. Yeah. Like Boot Hill looks like the most fun character to play with in the game right now. Like next to the follow-up attack team, Boot Hill looks like the most fun to play with. Like Firefly may be better in a few situations, but I will say that Firefly is completely brain dead. Like the difference between playing auto Firefly and no auto Firefly is damn near zero. Like, it'll almost always be like the same amount of performance. It's so hard to not do Firefly right. Boot Hill plus Sunday's top notch. Yeah, that's another thing. Like the entire 2.7 patch fully benefits Boot Hill the most because he gets both Sunday, who's a Bronya replacement, and he gets Fugue, which is for many obviously a Harmony MC replacement. So he wins completely in this 2.7 patch. Rappa also gets like a huge boost because of Fugue. Because Rappa's current biggest problem is the fact that she's the only break DPS that can implant a weakness. So having Fugue on the team is pretty nice. To be fair, I'd rather have a strongly brain dead character so I could clear endgame in auto. I completely feel you. I completely feel you. The only reason I don't exactly want a brain dead character is because I already can clear all the endgame content. So at this point, it's like I should just go for a character that's more fun instead. Hoyo unintentionally made Hunt the most fun path. Yeah, I'm so glad they brought Hunt back. I'm not gonna lie, before Fei Xiao and before Robin, my god, Hunt was in the fucking trenches, man. Like, it was in the fucking trenches before Boot Hill and Robin and Fei Xiao. Like, everyone collectively agreed that Hunt was just completely garbage compared to every single other team owned. Like, even Dot was arguably better with higher investment. Like, that's how bad it was. If you want to do some actual effort, I'll use other characters. I mean, I could see that argument, but at the same time, like, I don't only mean in complexity, but like animations. Like, Boot Hill is one of the coolest characters in general, and then his ult animation is fucking sick, right? Like, you can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong with a cowboy cyborg that is like a gunslinger. Like, that triple combination is just like, it's too good. It'll attract too many people. Unfortunately, many people, including me, didn't pull for him because I'd rather Firefly and she was simpler. But my god, it's just such a good aesthetic combination. The dopamine for frequent attacks is immaculate. Yeah, I will say, after pulling Aventurine, even though my follow-up team was already incredibly fun, it's even more fun now. Just seeing attack after attack after attack, it's so nice. We were in a destruction meta back then. Jingliu and Dill were the must pulls. That's why Hunt had a bad rep. Oh yeah, for sure. Like, especially when Sparkle came out and it finally ended the Jingliu versus Dill debate, and people were like, "Oh, Dill number one DPS." I remember, like, there were some people doom posting Acheron, right? Like, that's how you know doom posting is bad in this game. There were a lot of people being like, "Oh, she Acheron might be slightly better than Dill with a Sparkle," and she ended up being so much stronger that it wasn't even close. Jeez, man. How much do I have to drink? I need to get back to reading manhwa. Have you seen the Tribi leaks? No, I haven't. I've only seen like small kit leaks that like she'll give damage bonus, res pen, maybe defense shred. Like, I've already mentioned it earlier in the stream. I see her being like a Ruan Mei, but replacing the break effect with res pen. And maybe stronger just overall, obviously, since she's newer. All these newer harmonies have like way better Eidolons and Lycons. So it's highly likely she'll be better than Ruan Mei. I think the Ruan Mei must pull thing won't be a thing anymore when Tribi comes out, probably. Tribi will probably be the new must pull harmony for like overall team value. Saw some leaks. It seems like Amphoreus is going to be the AoE meta. Yeah, I already thought this before. It was so obvious with the Remembrance summons hitting like everyone on field. I've also heard Ruan Mei was doom posted before her launch. She was. Almost all of the strongest characters that have come out in this game have been doom posted. Because like people who own characters who are going to get power crept don't want to admit it. Like, that's almost always what it is. The doom posters are people who don't want to admit that a character they own or like may just become insignificant in the future. Sunday's E2 is kind of a meme. What even is it? I know his E1 is strong, but I don't remember his E2. Whoops. After the first use of ultimate, recover 2 skill points. The damage dealt by the beta fight increases by 30%. I mean, if you have the Lycone, the first part of this is literally useless, no? Like, I guess you start off with 5, but in the first place, with his Lycone, you're already SP positive. But the damage increase by 30% with beta fight is nice, though. That is pretty nice. The E1 is what really stands out. Like, if Casterus is a mainly summon character, right? Like, let's look at Aglaia, for example. Aglaia has a summon, but her summon doesn't do anywhere near the same amount of damage as herself. So if we get a summon character who does more damage with their summon, This could be incredibly broken. 40% defense down is insane. To be fair, everyone always gets Doom posted. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Almost everyone gets Doom posted. I remember people, like, when I was making kit videos on Ling Sha and Fei Xiao, saying that, like, Ling Sha is probably going to be a top 2 sustain and way better than Gallagher, and Fei Xiao is probably going to be better than Acheron and MOC and Apocalyptic Shadow. People were like, oh, there's no way. Impossible. Oh my god, it's just leaks. Why are we trusting leaks? And then it's just like... they end up being exactly as I predicted and people were saying. Like, I don't get why people do this. It's every single time. Only slightly better than Acheron. Only slightly better than Gallagher. Only slightly better than Pela. Like, they always set themselves up for failure. I don't even know Aglaya's Eidolons, I'm not gonna lie. I did not pay attention to Aglaya at all. Sparkle got power crept so hard she went to a different universe to be meta. Yeah, like, I mentioned this earlier in the stream. Sparkle is the, and I mean the, most disappointing harmony or limited harmony in the game. Like, we don't have many of them, in fairness. But look at this roster, right? Sunday, Sparkle, Ruan Mei, and Robin. These two are arguably must-pulls. The two must-pull, like, characters in the game. Sunday is now the strongest hypercarry support in the entirety of the game. And he isn't even fully being taken advantage of yet. Like, there isn't an actual, like, mainly summoned DPS that can take advantage of him. Yet, even now, without including summon DPSs, he replaces Sparkle in every single team. Like, that's so disgusting. Like, it's so sad. Like, the Dill team, because of his 20% energy on ult and 100% action advance, he's just straight up better. Like, it's so embarrassing for Sparkle. She's just by far the worst harmony, or the worst limited harmony in the game. I don't know why Hoyo did that, man. I was one of the Sparkle believers. Like, a lot of people think that I just blindly hate Sparkle because I never had her. No. On my old account, I had Sparkle. I pulled for her thinking she would be, like, crazy meta in the future. And then I skipped Robin because I thought Sparkle would be more better than Robin in the future. Like, oh my god, the worst decision I've ever made in a gacha game. You can run both Sparkle and Sunday on a Dill team. Yeah, but isn't Robin better? Like, in my opinion, isn't like a Sunday Robin combo better than a Sunday Sparkle combo? The 50% action advance really ruined Sparkle for me, yeah. If they just gave her 100% just like Branya, I feel like she would just be way, like, better overall. Like, even if she had 100% AA, she probably still would be replaced by Sunday. That's how crazy the difference is. So 100% action advance would have been fine on her. But no, Sunday just, like, he just came in and completely destroyed her. Sunday Robin is better? Yeah, exactly. I think a Sunday Robin combo is almost always better. Like, if Robin is really close to her ult, but you can't do it fast enough to save a cycle, you can then just use Sunday's ult on Robin and then use Robin's ult. Like, there's a lot of situations where it's actually better. Hoyo tried to balance Sparkle and then they released Sunday? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what they were thinking. like, I just don't know. right? Like, let's say, right? Let's say earlier I mentioned I think Tribby will be like the new best old team rounder character instead of like Ruan Mei. The thing is, Ruan Mei is so good in her break effect niche that at least she'll still have a few break effect teams where she's the strongest in. But this isn't the case for Sparkle. She's just replaced in every single team that she's best in slot in. It's so sad. I still remember your I Hate Robin video. So funny when bro realized. No, I always knew Robin was good though. Like I made that I Hate Robin video because every single Zero Cycle video I saw was just Robin and I didn't have her. But now that I have Robin, it's okay. It's okay. People can keep Zero Cycling with Robin. It's okay now. But back then when I didn't have Robin, seeing everyone just use her on every single Zero Cycle team possible, it's like, oh my god. I just wish I had her. Which is sadder, Sparkle or Silver Wolf? Uh, I mean, I feel like you can still get more value out of a Sparkle than a Silver Wolf. Yeah. Like, if you don't have Sunday, Sparkle still gives value to a lot of teams. Is Silver Wolf even best in slot in any team currently? Like, outside of Mono Quantum? I don't think she is, right? Like, Silver Wolf's main shtick is adding a weakness to characters. But that shit's completely useless because every new DPS ignores weakness. Yeah, Silver Wolf is dead and I have her. Yeah, I have her too. The only reason I use Silver Wolf on my account is because I don't have Zhao Q. So instead of Zhao Q, I end up having to use Silver Wolf. Yeah, I agree, Bron Ben. In my opinion, if the Harmony can full team buff, it's a must pull. But if it's a single target support, I always skip and wait for others to figure it out. Yeah, I've said the same before. Like, I do think, and I've said this before, like, people like Robin and Ruan Mei, in my opinion, are the two must pulls. The only reason I'd say you can argue Sunday isn't a must pull is if, like, you don't only want a hyper carry team. Because there's a lot more teams, like, I don't know why I'm struggling to say this. What the fuck is wrong with me? Team buffers are just way more widely useful, basically, versus hyper carry supports. Like, follow-up attackers, usually 2 DPSs or 2 more people doing damage. So someone who buffs the entire team is obviously going to be better. If you have Topaz, even better, right? It just all depends on the team. Relatable no Zhao Q, so Wolfie for Acheron, yep. Unfortunately, exactly my predicament. I could have zero cycle the first side because I'm ass, though. I think MOC took me like 5 or 6 cycles. Oh, can I not see? Do I have to teleport? Wait, is there any way I can see how many cycles it took me? I think it took me like 25 or 26. True damage makes a single target buffer basically a team buffer. Really? Is that what Remembrance MC is for? Doesn't Remembrance MC, she's the one with true damage in our kit? E6 Robin is a DPS. She's putting the harm in Harmony. Yeah. I've seen a few videos of a E6 Robin, like, DPS team 0 cycling stuff. Can't even get 12 stars in Pure Fiction. I don't know what to do. Pure Fiction is what I was struggling with the most. Like, it's the only mode where I'm barely scraping by. Because I don't have really a Pure Fiction team. Like, this dot premium team is just not good enough. I'm not gonna lie. It's just not good enough.
Do you want to enter the Forgotten Hall?
I still can't get modeling resin. Nice. Is this any good? I think it's new, but I don't know if it's any good. I got Acheron E0S1 since I got lucky and got Zhao Q on my first 10 pull. Is Acheron worth with Zhao Q still? Wait, you have Acheron and Zhao Q? Yeah, it's fine. No. Acheron with Zhao Q is fine. Like, the main argument I was saying for, like, Acheron earlier not being the best at low investment is if you either don't pull the light cone or don't pull Zhao Q. Because her value just falls off immensely without one of the two. Or even both. I feel like Herda will be necessary for future Pure Fictions because they'll probably scale the enemy HP to her DPS. That's completely possible. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it if they started doing the same shit. Like, MLC currently is getting some insane HP inflation. I could for sure see that. Bro, what is wrong with my ping? This has to be because I'm streaming in 120 FPS, right? Thanks, I was worried since I liked the character. No problem, Mash. Like, I'm pretty sure Mash in 3.0, that boss with 9.4 million HP can be pretty easily broken with Acheron. Like, Acheron gains one of the best advantages in that MOC because I'm pretty sure, like, the second side boss is completely weak to lightning. And, like, you have to break the summons, and the summons will do damage to the boss. Like, an E0S1 Acheron team with Xiaoqiu will for sure last you, like, 3, 4, 5 more patches just fine, if I had to guess. The only reason I struggle with my Acheron is because I don't have Xiaoqiu. Having both Xiaoqiu and S1 immensely increases her performance? Yeah, exactly. Pure Fiction is such an ass game mode? I agree. I do not like Pure Fiction. That shit is boring as shit. Saw Jinyu on Team 2 cycle the 3.0 MOC boss, so I think it's safe to skip Aglaya. Yeah, I mean, it's tailor-made for lightning characters, and especially summon characters. So Aglaya, Jinyu what's it called, Acheron, like, they'll all pretty much breeze through it just fine. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm still building her in Jiaoqiu? Yeah, it's good, man. Acheron is a little rough in that boss. The summons don't move, so Jiaoqiu's stack generation is kind of bad. Yeah, I agree. But the thing is, the increased damage Acheron does on that thing is fucking insane because of breaking the summons. Like, even if it takes a little longer to get the ult, my god. Like, you just fucking shred, man. Like, I saw someone hit, like, a 4 million HP ult with Acheron and that shit. Like, when do you ever see an E0S1 Acheron hitting 4 million HP ult? It's just way too disgusting. Difference of having a Zhao Q hurts. Does same damage. Yeah, it's crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Because it's not like Zhao Q only gives the like the faster stacks. The defense or the defense shred and the vulnerability is disgusting. Or sorry, vulnerability. I don't remember if he has defense shred or not. But I know he has like damage vulnerability and that shit is broken. Like it stacks and stacks and stacks and it just gets to a point where like your Acheron is doing twice the amount of damage. So she gets like a huge damage increase. She gets a stack generator. Like the two most important things to her, Zhao Q provides. To be honest, I might, if Zhao Q gets a rerun soon, I might pull for him. I might, right? Like I might, just so I can make my E1 S1 Acheron just slightly more future proof. And then if she ever gets a a second rerun, I get the E2 and I put Sunday on there. And I use that as like my second team. It is possible. But there's definitely no guarantee to that. Might be tempted to upgrade my E0 S1 to E2 S1 on a rerun. I'm not gonna lie, Mash, I wouldn't recommend that. I don't think it's worth it, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's just more fun and probably better for you to just go for a new meta instead. Like it's highly likely that, how should I say this? Like Castris might be better than an E2 Acheron. Like the same way an E0 S1 Acheron is arguably better than like an E2 S1 Jingliu, or even in some cases like an E2 S1 deal with the optimal team. Like it's completely possible Castris does the same shit. And like an E0 S1 Castris is better than like E2 S1 Fei Xiao or E2 S1 Acheron. Like I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Not shilling for Eidolons, but his E6 is the most disgusting E6 in the game. Who, Zhao Q? I don't even know Zhao Q's Eidolons. Yeah, I feel like she's probably gonna fall way too far off. Yeah, exactly. Like, once again, I am like so confident that an optimal Casterus team will be no different to like the effect that an Acheron team had when she released. Like there were some guide makers who actually 3-starred MOC for the first time in their lives simply because they pulled Acheron. Do you know how insane that is? Like these people have been playing the game since launch and they've been guide makers and they could never 3-star it until they got Acheron. Like Casterus will probably do the same shit. Skipping every single character in 3.x. I'm going all in for the Fate Servants. Hey, good luck, man. That's like an entire year of saving. You should be pretty well off by then. Fate, I'm pretty sure they said the Fate collab was gonna be like Q3 2025, which means like September 2025. So like, it's like 9 months away. That's like 5 patches or something like that. I pulled Sunday for Casterus. If she ends up not needing him after all, I'm going to feel like I pulled Sparkle again. I do think it's possible that Sunday could possibly be like her second best team, right? Because her relic set in specific gets rid of her speed in return for more damage. So it might be possible that maybe like her second most optimal team outside of like the double DPS, double sustain one that the leakers are talking about is with Sunday and you just replace My Day. Like it's completely possible that that's like just the second best choice. Because that way you're actually able to give her way more turns. So Sparkle is dead in 3.x? Bro, she's already dead now. She's dead right now. Sunday's the one who killed her. If you have a Sunday, you're not going to really want to Sparkle in any other team. Unless those are like the only 2 harmonies you have, then sure. But Sunday is just a complete Sparkle replacement. And Sparkle isn't even that useful for what's the name? Casterus. Cause you're the number one Sparkle hater. I'm not okay, in my opinion, right? My opinion is more valuable than like a normal hater. Cause I actually pulled for her, and I actually believed in her value when she originally came out, and she just ended up disappointing me, right? It's not like I'm blindly doing this. There's a recent leak about Casterus that she's really slow, so she might be a Clara to Sparkle situation wherein the AA would work for her. Yeah, exactly. Also, I think someone in the chat mentioned earlier, I don't know if I mentioned it. I think someone said that it's leaked. Tribby may give action advance depending on how many times an enemy is hit on field. So it's possible that Casterus has multiple good teams. I think that's fully possible. Like she probably has multiple good teams. It really all depends on her ult mechanic, right? If her ult mechanic requires her to like maybe be healed like a million times, then you're probably going to want to keep double sustain no matter what. Like that's just going to be a thing you're going to need no matter what. It's just whether or not replacing my day is worth it or not. That's a bit far, Exodius. I mean, you can call it that if you want, but that's a bit extreme. I'd be really frustrated if I had pulled for Sparkle. Man, tell me about it. Tell me a fucking about it, man. Yeah, it seems like a Glay on Herda might be a skip for me, then observe leaks more. Yeah, exactly, Mash. Like, I already made a video on this, I'm pretty sure. But, like, if you like their designs, 100% go for Herda or Aglaya. But I do think Acheron tier characters in the big 3.x patches aren't exactly that valuable, right? Like, Fei Xiao is Acheron tier. Firefly is Acheron tier. Acheron herself is Acheron tier. Some could argue at higher investment, Boot Hill is obviously Acheron tier, if not higher, depending on the relic investment. Like, there's so many characters that are already Acheron level. Getting new characters that are also Acheron level might not be the greatest choice. That's just really all there is to it. I'm glad I got Ling Shaw. At least she can sustain Casterus. Yeah, I'm glad I got Ling Shaw too. I am very glad I got Ling Shaw. I originally pulled for her because I was doing like the break team plan. But that just went to shit. But at least I can still use her. I don't remember if Ling Shaw's light cone was good or not though. All I know is her E1 is busted. Oh, it's finally light outside. I can turn off the light in my room. Still salty that I lost my Ling Shaw pulls after being one of her defenders back then when she was tomb posted. Unfortunate, man, unfortunate. It happens to the best of us, unfortunately. You know those people who cry about like nice guys never win when coming to like a woman? I'd say it's the same thing here, right? Like nice guys, you never win the gamba. The bad guys, they always win the gamba. It's simply how the world works. There is no fairness here. Only despair. I think I have like 5 pulls worth of... Yeah, I have 5 pulls. When does Embers exchange? 15 days? Nice, nice. I really wish I had Bronya's light cone, I'm not gonna lie. What do you think of E0 S1 Sunday for E2 S1 Acheron? I mean, just go for it. Like, isn't E0 S1 Sunday better than Sparkle and an E2 S1 Acheron team? I swear I watched like a few videos and he was just better. So an E0 S1 Sunday should be completely fine with your Acheron. Like, Sparkle just straight up gets replaced, I'm not gonna lie. She just gets replaced. He has better talents, better Eidolons. I'm pretty sure with his Lycone, he's actually more skill point positive overall than Sparkle, which is fucking insane. Like, it's just a no-brainer. There's no need to even defend against Doom posters. They'll be proven wrong when the character gets released. Yeah, it's like that every time, bro. Every single time. For a free-to-play player, leaks are very precious to me. People should stop villainizing others for looking at leaks. Although I will say spoiling the leaks. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think there was like some like I don't know if this is true or not, right? So don't like take my word for it. But there were a few people in like a previous stream I did, and they were telling me that apparently Gacha Smack is against like character leaks. Like I'm talking like banner shit and all that. Like if that's true, like that's some of the dumbest shit ever. Like for low spenders and free to plays, being able to find out how good a character is, their designs, their animations, their kit, like you can figure out everything an entire like month and a half before they actually release. Like that is so huge for low spenders. I am a huge advocate for leaks. Like this is the only game, right? Like let's say anime leaks or like movie leaks or like other shit. Like I understand. I understand that. But leaks for the gotcha games in specific, I am completely for. Like it is so fair. The only leaks I dodge are story leaks since I want to be blind to a story. Yeah, I completely understand that. I think he said that he doesn't like character leaks because it takes away hype. I don't agree with that. I'm not gonna lie. Like, here's the thing, right? Usually the drip marketing for characters comes out before their in-game leaks. Like, so in my opinion, that doesn't really take away from the hype. Until the drip market comes out, there's usually only kit leaks, and nobody is going crazy for kit leaks. They're only going crazy for in-game animation leaks, right? So in my opinion, it doesn't really kill the hype of like when a character gets revealed at all. Maybe when they come out, sure, but it's like even then, nowadays Hoyo is doing this Hoyo creator server thing. So a week before they even release in the game, they end up making videos on it on YouTube. So even then, you can no longer put the full blame on leakers because Hoyo's doing the exact same shit. Like I was crazy hyped for Fei Shao when her drip market came out. I was so hype. Like you guys don't understand. I haven't been that hyped for a character. I was about to quit Honkai Star Rail back then. The only reason I came back to the game was because of Fei Shao drip market and her leaks. Just pulling for Aglaya since I like Sunday and I want to use him honestly. They like prepared Angel and Goddess combo. Oh yeah, I completely agree with you. Yeah, there's a lot of good things that you can do, like team combos and shit. Aglaya is really good animation wise, I'm not gonna lie. Like she is pretty underrated. I saw a lot of people saying that Aglaya like didn't have the best design. I'm not gonna lie, I just don't agree. She has one of the sickest designs in the game easily. Can't wait for Castris after getting Sunday. I'm saving all the way for Castris and Kevin. Who's Kevin? But hey, I wish you luck on the saving, man. Hopefully she ends up being really good with Sunday. Castris is also getting some hate. There's no way. There's no way Castris is already getting hate. How is that even possible? We're like 2 patches away from that woman. Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah. You're talking about the model. Yeah, not gonna lie. The in-game model is not looking good. It literally looks like a recolored Zwei. I hope they fix it. Oh, it's Phanon. Oh, okay. Design-wise, yeah, I understand. I mean, it wouldn't even be that big of an issue if it weren't for the 2D art of Castorus looking miles better, right? Like, you know that meme about, like, I've seen a few videos on TikTok where, like, it'll be like someone putting on like a million filters on like their profile picture, and when they meet them in real life they look nowhere near the same. That is literally what happened with Castorus's 2D art versus her actual in-game model. Like it didn't look like the same person at all. I expected Castorus's eyes to look more almond shape. She's supposed to be intimidating, but round eyes don't give that vibe. Yeah, like her model isn't bad. It's just like you show us one thing, and she looks like the most detailed female character in the game, and then you show us the in-game model in a teaser, and she looks nowhere near as detailed or the same. It's like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like actually, I need to look this up myself, man. Let me go on Google Chrome. Castorus. Why am I getting notification suggestions? Yeah, like Jesus, bro. If you look at the 2D art, oh my fucking god. Like even the fan arts of this girl are already better than the in-game model. Like I've never seen anyone look that good in this game. Evil March? Oh yeah, I heard something about that. You guys think she'll be a 5-star, really? I don't know if they'll make a 5-star March 7th. Like I feel like with HMC, like they might do a similar thing with like March 7th where she just gets different 4-star paths and they always come out in like events and shit. I think that's just more likely. I could be wrong though. ZZZ listens way more than the HSR devs. Eh. I can't really speak for ZZZ at all currently. I think one of the silhouettes is already Evil March based on leaks. Oh. Well, I mean, maybe, I guess. They will, but Dark March is so far away, literally the last 3.x character. Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If it's that far away, like, do I really care? Do I really care? Not really. Remembrance is gonna be a huge part in the patch, so it's more likely for March to get a 5-star form because she's linked to Remembrance. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Castorus will probably be Remembrance no matter what, right? I think every character with a summon is a Remembrance, no? So anyone with a summon is just automatically confirmed Remembrance. So yeah, you might not be wrong. She's probably the end. Imagine she ends up being the Acron of 3.x. I don't see that happening. I do not see that happening. I think the Acron of 3.x will likely just be casters. Like 2.2 Acron, 3.2 casters. Castorus is being hyped up as like the number one meta character in the entire like new batch of characters. Same thing with Acheron. Like there's too many similarities. Wait, is my stream lagging? If my stream is lagging, try pushing it forward. Jesus, my internet is being murdered. I should probably go back to streaming in 60 FPS soon. No, not lagging? Oh, so it's just on my phone. Okay, that's fine then. My Day had a lion summon in the trailer, but somehow he's a leak destruction. I don't think that's a summon, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I remember correctly in the trailer, like when it's showing his art, like the lion thing looks like it's coming out of his body. So it's possible that it's just not a summon. It also looked like an aura. Like, it didn't look like an actual animal. It just looked like the aura of an animal. So I'm actually not surprised that My Day ends up not being or not being like a remembrance character. Mr. Pokey or Mr. Tectone? Neither. I haven't watched any gacha content creators in quite a while because I think like probably a good like 90% of their content is either like rage bait or drama, and it's just boring. Like I myself was kind of dabbling into reacting to other people's videos constantly and like criticizing other people, and my god was that shit fucking boring. I never want to do that again. And watching it is also boring. Like I've grown up in a family that mainly watches soap operas and I've always hated drama shit. So it's just never appealed to me. Mr. Gabby? Appreciate it, Mash. Might be like Fei Xiao where it's just there for the ultimate or something? Yeah, possibly. It can be a summon like Jingyu. Oh, that's true. Jingyuan's Lightning Lord is kind of like an aura thing as well, but I don't know. I think My Day's slightly different. I have heard recently that the reason that a lot of leaked characters sometimes get automatically put as destruction is that like it's just a placeholder path. So like Aglaia was originally supposed to be ice destruction in like the early leaks, and then she ended up being lightning remembrance. So it's possible that destruction for My Day isn't even accurate. He could possibly still be remembrance. Rumors say the only remembrance units we'll be getting in 3.x are Aglaia, Remembrance, Casterus, and March. That could be possible. That does make sense. I guess they wouldn't want to go too hard on Remembrance and also bring out some new paths. We also have an Abundance coming out, no? I'm pretty sure that Abundance will probably be good with Casterus. I remember seeing it in the trailer, like, in her bio, it's like, Healer of the Skies or some bullshit like that. So we should be getting a sustain somewhere down the line. What is the team of casters? Every single leaker is saying double sustain and then Casterus with My Day. Because both My Day and Casterus are supposed to be HP scaling characters. And they consume a lot of HP. That's the current leaked optimal team for Casterus. And the two sustains that they mentioned were Lingsha and Luocha. What are we discussing? Just came in this live? Not really anything in specific. I'm just reading off some of people's comments here. And just chilling. I'll probably get off soon. Because my god, my throat's already dead. I haven't talked at all in the last 2 days. In the last 2 days, I've probably said like 20 sentences. So my throat is actually just not used to talking at all right now. But yeah, there's not really a specific topic. So what's the point of Tribi? Probably just better Ruan Mei in most teams. Like Ruan Mei, the only thing that holds back Ruan Mei is that her break effect kind of gets rid of an extra stat that could possibly be added. So Tribby should also be a team-wide buffer, but instead of break effect, she has res pen. Apparently, she can also possibly give action advance in some way. She has res pen, damage bonus. Like, she'll probably be the new staple must pull. But for remembrance characters, maybe she's just not the overall best. Who knows? Tribby's Herda's best support, so Herda support, yeah. Yeah, now that I think of it, yeah, you guys are probably right. Herda support. Like, for any team that isn't remembrance and isn't break, Tribby will probably be the best support on that team. Basically, I think that's how I'm getting it. Like, even in hyper carry teams, you could probably like replace the sustain with Tribby or some shit, or she might be like better than Robin in some cases. Who knows? Honestly, Tribby might be a good investment. Oh yeah, I'm confident she'll be a good investment. Like, she's basically replacing Ruan Mei as the new must pull for like being an all round like support. If I had to guess when she releases, like, have we guys look? Just look at Sunday, man. Like, if you really need like a benchmark for how strong these new like 3.x characters will probably get with their Eidolons, their Lycones, and their base kit, just look at Sunday. Sunday is literally targeted towards summon DPSs, and yet he's still the best hyper carry support in the game, even if the DPS doesn't have a summon. So Tribby will most likely be no different. Likely have a very broken Eidolon, very broken Lycone, and a very broken base kit. I don't like Tribby being a kid. Isn't she like the first one in Honkai Star Rail? I mean, it was bound to happen at some point. But I do think she's like the first one in Honkai Star Rail. So it's not that big of a deal. I'm pretty sure Genshin has like damn near like 5 or 6 of them. I just hope we can get by without Tribby because I really don't want to pull a kid. Bailu and Hook? Oh yeah, I forgot about them. I don't think Tribby will be a must pull. Like, when I say must pull, I mean a character who is like an all-rounder, right? Like, you put them in a hyper carry team, they're going to perform amazing. You put them in like a follow-up team, they're going to perform amazing. You put them in basically any team that doesn't rely on like a unique mechanic, and they just work automatically as like one of the best in the game. Like, that's why I think must pull like really comes from. Like, Robin is currently probably the best in that aspect outside of break teams. But with break teams included, the most universal is probably Ruan Mei, which is why everyone says Ruan Mei is a must pull. Tribby is apparently going to be 3 characters in one, so that's interesting. Oh, that is interesting. Is that why in the trailer, I think they showed Tribby, and like, it just goes through doors, and there's like 3 or 4 of her? I'd see ya, bro. I'm gonna head off to the gym. See you later, bro. And Ben. I should just say Ben. It's easier to say. See you later, Ben. Good luck with the workout, man. Do you think a Boot Hill team would work without Ruan Mei if she is replaced with Fugue? Boot Hill is less reliant on Ruan Mei, right? Than like, let's say Firefly. But wouldn't you just replace Harmony MC with Ruan Mei? And then use Fugue alongside Ruan Mei with your Boot Hill team? Or am I stupid? Yeah, because like the problem with getting rid of Ruan May on a Boot Hill team is you lose the break efficiency. So it's like I don't know if that's even worth losing. Super break equals hyper bloom. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Basically, super break is basically the hyper bloom of Honkai Star Rail. Is break blade better, bro? I've seen like I think I saw one video of break blade and like brother, that's literally old Link Shaw. Like Ling Shaw does triple the damage Blade does in a break team. Like it is so embarrassing. I don't have Ruan May. I lost two 50/50s on her sadly. Oh, I see. I see. That changes things. Hmm. I genuinely don't know. I don't think it's worth it. I'm not gonna lie. Like I could be wrong on this. I don't think I'm like an expert on Fugue. But from what I've seen, I do think like Ruan May is like a huge, huge difference. Like if we're talking E0 like S0 or E0 S1, I have no clue about Eidolons though. I don't even know what Fugue's E1 is. Oh wait, you're asking if it'll work. Oh, never mind. Oh, fuck, I'm stupid. You're just asking if it'll work. Oh yeah, it'll work fine, brother. It'll work fine. I thought you were asking if that's like the most optimal thing. I don't know why I kept forgetting. You kept saying you don't have Ruan May. Yeah, it's fine, bro. You don't need like Boot Hill is less reliant on Ruan May than like any other super rig team. It's completely fine with Fugue. It probably won't be as good overall, but E1 is break efficiency. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, if you have E1 Fugue, it's just obviously better than an E0 Ruan May, but I think even like if you just don't have Ruan May, yeah, it's completely fine. Just run Fugue and like fucking someone else. Sunday or Branya. With a sustain or you run sustainless. I think I was able to clear APOC and MOC, which has the monkey boss, because I had Ling Shaw. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Ling Shaw is actually a cheat code in Pure Fiction and that monkey boss. Like being able to break that quick, even in the APOC, bro. Like in the APOC, I think my Acheron team nearly did as good as my Fei Shao team, and it was only because of fucking Ling Shaw. I just know there's a lot of people that probably regret skipping her. Especially since she's now going to be even more meta. Like, you have to really think about it, right? Ling Shot in a break team, obviously that's where she fits the best, right? That's where she's the strongest. Then, on a follow up team, also the strongest. In terms of healing, as an abundance character, once again, also the strongest. And now, she's going to be the best in a meta HP scaling team. Like, Ling Shaw's value is skyrocketing like crazy every single patch. I think by the time Casterus comes out, you could definitely make an argument that pulling Ling Sha is probably like equal, if not better, than Aventurine. Force skip for me. It's unfortunate, Mash. It's unfortunate. I'm still cleaning APOC and MOC without Ling Sha. Yeah. It's not that hard for me. It's Pure Fiction that I've been struggling on. I don't have a single good Pure Fiction team on my account. I just got Himiko, so I guess I could now use a Himiko Herda team. So I guess I will have to build Himiko. Yeah, I do have to farm relics for Himiko. That's for sure a thing I need to do. But man, Pure Fiction has not been nice on me lately. That's all I'll say. If I didn't have Ling Shaw, I would be looking really bad. Pure Fiction is so garbage when it's about dot. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Those dot buffs, do not let them fool you. My god. Like, you'd think it would make the dot team meta. It doesn't, man. Like, it does make it stronger, but it's still difficult for my dot team to get like 40k points without buffs. Or sorry, with buffs. Like, that's insane, man. Like, I'll show you guys right now, right? This is my Kafka. 151 speed, 3000 attack. She has enough where is it? Effect hit rate. She has her Lycone, max traces. No different for Black Swan, but she doesn't have her Lycone. Whoa. And then obviously I have an E1 S1 Ruan Mei. And it still fucking struggles more than my Facial team. How is that possible? How is it possible that a dot team struggles more than the Facial team? I wish I had pulled her Lycone, but I had to skip it for Sunday. But I have Sunday in his Lycone, but no one to pair him with. I feel you, Bruno. I feel you, man. Just happens sometimes. Yeah, Dot needs an E1 Black Swan with LC. Yeah. Like, if you have E1 with Lycone for both Black Swan and Kafka and Huohuo and Ruan Mei, it's a lot stronger. Because I'm pretty sure E1 Huohuo also gives, like, a speed boost or some bullshit. Yeah. All ally speed increases by 12%. So it's like a combination of all that just to, like, be nearly as good as an Acheron team. It's embarrassing. Even then, still not better than... Yeah, exactly. Like, it's embarrassing how much you have to spend on that team to even make it, like, optimal and work. I agree, Buzz. I agree. Maybe they should add a dot DPS that works similar to that swirl mechanic like Genshin. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it badly needs a new dot DPS. Got Sunday in his Lycone. Now to get Algae. Also, what is your opinion on Algae? I think she's fine. I think she's strong. I think from what I've seen, she's around like Acheron's here, right? She'll obviously be better in Pure Fiction if I had to guess than in Acheron, mainly because of the fact that she scales off speed, which is just huge. Like, that's a huge bonus no other DPS has, where building speed is actually like a necessity. So the average player is now going to have a lot more speed on their Glea than they would in almost any other DPS that they have. But I do think Acheron tier is not good enough for the future patches. However, if you like the character, who gives a fuck, right? If you like the character, who gives a shit at the end of the day? Acheron tier will still clear fine. Probably more universal than Acheron in the endgame modes, if I had to guess. So, maybe a little bit higher. But without the MOC buffs in 3.0, she doesn't do all that much damage, I'm not going to lie. Like, until she gets into her old state, it takes a while. And she also needs really high relic investment to obviously get the most out of that speed scaling. Feel like they need to release a Kafka replacement. Black Swan has potential, but I feel she's being held back. Yeah, exactly. Like, Kafka is the one who really needs to be replaced. This girl came out in like 1.x, and we're now going into 3.x, and we still don't have a new like main dot DPS. Like, it just doesn't exist. Like, Kafka is just incredibly outdated at this point. I'm skipping for everyone for Casterus E2 I have 2 patches to skip, should have enough by then. Yeah, same. I'm also planning on skipping like 2 or 3 patches just so I can get like an optimal casters team. Because currently my facial team is just clearing everything like an absolute breeze. Like it just isn't an issue at all. So I don't have to worry about my facial team for a long time. It's my Acheron team that needs to be replaced right now. And that's probably what I'll use my casters team to replace with. Alright guys, I appreciate you all stopping by. It is a short stream. However, I'm hungry. I'm not gonna lie, I woke up, did the stream, I haven't eaten anything at all, and I'm hungry. So, I love you all. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for giving some good conversation topics. I might farm a little later on. I realize I have to farm relics for my Himiko and stuff like that. And yeah, I hope all of you have a good day. Hope all of you have a good